Welcome to the best sports betting show on the planet. This is WagerTalk Today. I am your host, Andy Lang. It is Tuesday. We're going to look ahead to Thursday night football. We're also going to look at the Cowboys and the Bears, and we're going to talk a little MLB, Yankees, and Twins. At the end of the show, we'll go over Dana White Contender Series for Tuesday night. It is $5 Tuesday here at WagerTalk. You guys know what that means. Each handicapper can put up a play for $5. We want you to get as many as possible. Bet responsibly. And let's do the Steam report real quick here. Gianni's busy with UFC, so we'll take a look at some of the line moves. And when we're looking at NFL, it is all about the injuries here. Thursday night, the line has moved completely out of whack where it was open. It opens at 9.5 now. It's up to minus 12.5. Still hasn't reached that 14. So if you're wanting to bet on Buffalo, that's where the line is. For the college football, money has come in on Charlotte for that Thursday game. So that's gone through the key number of 3. Opened at 4.5. That's now down to 2.5. So when we look at Sunday games, this is where the injuries at the quarterback position are coming into play. First off, money's coming on the Colts. That's moved past the key number of 3, so it opens at minus 2. Colts are now minus 3.5 against Tennessee. A lot of money has come in on Atlanta. They opened at minus 2.5. That's moved past minus 3, minus 4, and minus 4.5. 5 is the number on that one. Washington. This is the Jaden Daniels injury. They opened minus 5.5. They are still minus 3.5. It has not moved down to 3 yet, but they are facing the Raiders, and after watching the Raiders last night, that's going to be tough to bet on the Raiders. Green Bay, that's moved past the key number of 7. Cincinnati and Minnesota, 2 teams dealing with quarterback injuries. The prevailing number right now is minus 3 on Minnesota, but that's going to be Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. I'm sure we all predicted that in week 3. Tampa Bay is moved all the way to minus 7 after their win last night. So the Jets dealing with a quarterback injury there as well. And the only other one is Seattle has moved past the key number of 7. They are now at minus 7.5 against New Orleans. If we want to look at baseball here real quick, I did not see very much in baseball. We've got a doubleheader, and it looks like everyone is on Atlanta in both of those games. They are almost minus 200 in the second game. And other than that, not too much money. The Cincinnati's taking a little bit of money. And other than that, all the numbers are holding pretty strong. I see some money on the over in the Cleveland and Detroit game. And that is about it for baseball. So not a lot of action in baseball these days. So, all right, let's bring in Bryan Power. We got to talk about a few things here. Brian's going to break down Yankees Twins. He's going to break down Dolphins Bills. Brian, last night, Houston, man, they blew that one. You can't do that in the NFL. The standings are too tough. You can't blow games like that. What happened?
Baker Mayfield happened again. As soon as I had a 4% play on the Houston Texans, that was obviously a loser. As soon as that play, honestly, I wanted to send a tweet in a desperate attempt at a reverse jinx before they scored the game-winning touchdown, Tampa Bay. But you could feel it coming, especially after Mayfield made that scramble on 4th down to get the first. Baker continues to be the bane of my existence, quite frankly. Andy Lang, I know that's a strong word. At least my NFL betting existence, he's been the bane. 2 weeks in a row, he's got me. Now, it's a thin line between 2-0 and 0-2 for some of these teams. And, Tampa Bay, tip your cap to them. They've stolen a couple late. I will continue while everyone bloviates and drools over Baker Mayfield's late game heroics. I will continue to say that he makes a lot of turnover-worthy throws. I think the Bucs' 3rd down conversion rate cannot be sustained over the long haul. So I'll continue to let them, maybe prove me wrong. We'll see. We adjust. I know we're going to have some big picture thoughts here coming up in a little bit on the National Football League. But yeah, Baker Mayfield happened. Houston, you're renowned for your defense. I mean, we know they have problems on the offensive side of the ball, but you're winning. You were kind of gifted the lead with some special team snafus by Tampa Bay. You got to put that game away if you're D'Amico Ryan's defense. That's the side of the ball that he hangs his hat on, and they could not close the door. Very, very disappointing for Houston, who is now 0-2 with a couple close losses, while Tampa Bay 2-0 with a couple close wins.
What did you think? Did you think that the Bucs let them score on
Yes.
that Nick Chubb touch?
Yes, because Nick Chubb is not fast anymore. As I texted my dad, who I live in Cleveland, as most of the people probably know. So my dad's, we let another one get away with Nick Chubb. I'm like, Dad, the guy is so slow. Like the fact that Nick Chubb would leave everyone in the dust tells me that Tampa Bay just said, screw it, we're gonna get the ball back and win the game.
My favorite part about that was how the announcers were like, well, that's just bad angles, bad tackling. It's like, yeah, the only way they're going to get the ball back is to let him score. Now, you see the safety came in and just took a bad angle there. It's like, yes, he let Nick Chubb blow by him.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I mean, just look at Chubb on the previous possession when he was so slow, could not get advance the ball at all at the goal line. So yeah, and there were some other plays if you watch Chubb. His breakaway speed is long gone.
It's sad, but that's tough to see. Nick
He's
Chubb.
30. I mean, when you read what's the magic number? They say once you reach 30 and you're a running back, all of a sudden you're just, you ain't what you used to be.
I would also say magic number of several reconstructive knee surgeries. That's another key number.
Yes.
That he's reached as well. So, shout out to Nick Chubb. Glad he's still around. Let's do Thursday night football real quick. Dolphins and Bills. I know this isn't this is a tough game to kind of handicap here. What's your takeaway on this game? I mean 12.5. My gosh, it's week 3. We're already dropping 12.5 numbers.
Yeah, and I'll talk about some of that maybe here after we talk about the game. Just how great big favorites have been in the NFL going back to last year. So. But, look at the Bills-Dolphins Thursday night, Andy. Whenever I come on here, or any show on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, for that matter, I always try to be as analytical as possible. But here, I have to say that this Dolphins-Bills game Thursday night certainly has the feel of a situation where the Dolphins are going to get blown out in front of a national television audience and then fire head coach Mike McDaniel Friday morning. I get the teams that are 0-2 ATS and getting points in week 3 have traditionally been good bets. There's value there. The public is souring on these teams. But I got to say, I would need at least 14 here to be remotely interested in the Dolphins. We're not there yet, obviously. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get there. I'm also not one to lay double digits in the NFL, especially in a division game. So no play for me yet. You want to explore some options. There's probably a lot worse bets you could make on this game than Bills team total over 30.5. This is an offense that scored 41 and 30 in the first 2 games, and clearly they took their foot off the gas in the second half Sunday against the Jets, so they could have scored more than 30. The Bills could have. I have to admit, I fell for it. I took the Jets there in what seemed like it would be a flat spot for the Bills. The good news is, unlike Texans-Bucks last night, I did not really have to wait the full 3 hours to have my heart broken. I kind of knew about 10 minutes in that bet was DOA. Josh Allen and company, credit them. They came out and dominated from the start. The Jets looked much, much worse than they did in week 1. I don't think there's any reason to think that the Bills offense won't be humming here on Thursday night. They're facing a Dolphins defense that has just been absolutely abhorrent so far. They gave up 33 points and over 6 yards per play to the Patriots last week. The Patriots offense. This is a Dolphins defense that has allowed the opponent to score points each of the first 9 possessions this season. So the Bills are a dominant home team. They averaged over 33 points per game at home last year, put 41 up on the Ravens in that incredible comeback in week 1. So my initial thought, Andy, is Bills team total over 30.5 is probably a pretty decent look, and it's probably going to be a pretty popular play, quite frankly.
Yeah, what that's a monster number. How often do you see a team total in the 30s in an NFL game?
Yep,
absolutely wild.
I mean, sometimes you can look. I come on here. I've been accused of being a contrarian at times, and I wear that. But I mean, this is a situation where you can certainly see it, right? There's not a lot of evidence that points to the Miami defense keeping Buffalo in check in this game.
Yeah, you got Tyreek Hill throwing a fit in the middle of the game when the throw is over there. So,
and the Bills I believe the Bills have swept the Dolphins each of the last 3 years. I don't have it in front of me, but I think if I remember from breaking the game down, there's been one of those, like every year they blow them out once. Sometimes Miami can keep it close. Maybe it's at home. I think 2 of the 3 at home were close, but typically when Miami goes up to the Northeast, there they get it handed to them.
Let's move to MLB. Let's talk Yankees and the Twins. I've got a play in this one. I'm interested if you and I are on the same page. What's your breakdown on Yankees and Twins today?
Sure. Actually, can I do something because I wrote something down and I think it'll seem weird if I say
Of
it
course.
after about the NFL. I have a
Sure.
stat for you. Just as we try to digest what we've seen in the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. I just wanted to share this with people. Favorites of 4 or more are 12-0 straight up this season. So we're not seeing any upset, anything that would be considered a big upset. And you go back to last year, Andy, week 13 specifically, NFL favorites of 4 or more are 64-7 straight up. Faves of
Wow.
6 or more, 47-4 straight up. Now, this is a betting show, obviously, and I can tell you the ATS record's very good. I mean, road fair, the home dog, which for years was my hallmark. I loved taking those ugly home dogs that no one else wanted to touch. Well, those teams stink. Now, they never cover. They were 1-5 against the number last week. The only one that covered was the Bills. Or, pardon me, the Bills. The Bills were a home dog to the Browns. No. It was the Colts that were, or to the Jets. The Colts, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, I think the Colts closed as a pick'em at Circa. So you could make the argument they weren't even technically a home dog against the Broncos. So the home dog, where have you gone? We saw the Raiders last night not get it done. It's crazy just how favorites have ruled the day. Favorites against the spread last year had a historical performance in the NFL. So that is something that people need to take note of moving forward when they're betting the NFL.
Just feels like it really is turning into haves and have-nots. Like the bad teams are really bad.
Yeah.
And the good teams are really good.
And I've got the odds screen obviously up right in front of me here, Andy. Look at some of these home dogs that you can choose from for week 3. Tennessee +3 against Indianapolis. Is that something that you're going to feel confident betting? Carolina is actually up to 5. Oh no, I'm probably going to want to bet this now. But Carolina's up to 5.5 against Atlanta. God, we're really so. The Browns +7.5 at home against Green Bay. The Browns may not get 100 yards in that game, no matter who starts at quarterback. So I mean, man, home dog. Where have you gone?
I'm with you. I'm with you. But it is the NFL. It just seems like the books end up winning at the end of the year. So these home dogs eventually are going to start cashing. So
hopefully.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. All right, MLB, Yankees, Twins. What do you think?
Yankees and Twins. Well, here's a bet that will sound pretty familiar to those who regularly check out another show here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, that being the Power 5, which is, of course, my show that is daily, always drops in the morning, 5 free plays every day on that. I'm going Yankees, first 5 run line in this situation. If you caught the Power 5 over the weekend, I said in the first 2 games of the Yankees-Red Sox series to bet the Yankees first 5 money line. In each of those instances, those plays won. They did lose the series opener Sunday night, or series finale, Sunday night to the Red Sox. And then they, really laid an egg last night here in Minnesota, losing 7-0. But I would lay the half run in the first 5 innings tonight with the Yankees. It's currently only around -110 to do so. Remember, guys, Monday, last night, bad spot for the Yankees. They're coming off the Sunday night game in Boston. As I've discussed throughout this season, teams that have to travel after playing on Sunday Night Baseball and are in action on Monday typically struggle to score. In fact, for the year, we see about a full run per game decrease for these teams relative to their season average. Yankees obviously didn't score at all last night, so that was a big drop. Just 2 hits, as a matter of fact. But they should bounce back at the plate tonight, facing old Zebby Matthews. Old Zebby has not been very good in 2025 for the Twins. Gave up 5 runs in his last start. Now has a 5.06 ERA. 1.44 whip for the season. Again, even though they got shut out last night, Yankees still scored the most runs in all baseball this season. I've called them feast or famine, Andy, numerous times this season, this Yankees lineup. And they typically feast on bad starting pitchers like Matthews. The other part of the equation here, Yankees starter Cam Schlittler, 63 strikeouts, 56 2/3 innings so far. He's only had 1 bad start so far. It came against a Toronto team that is basically number 1 in every offensive category since the All-Star break. With Minnesota, yes, they win last night, but I still think the quit factor is pretty high with them. They've been one of the worst teams since the All-Star break. Let's leave that Yankees bullpen, which is a question mark, out of the equation here and play the Yanks' first 5 run line. Lay that half a run.
I like it. You and I are on the same page. I'm going to talk about the Yankees over their team total here in a minute. I like their bat. So you and I locked in, same page. Before we let you go, any other thoughts on NFL? You talked about these favorites that are just winning a ton. Any teams that you're looking to fade, looking to bet on as we move forward?
I don't think this is. I mean, look, I think there's 4 teams that have looked better than the rest. Those being the Bills, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Packers. I think those are certainly 4 teams. In terms of teams that have outperformed my expectations, certainly that's what you want to do. You want to, kind of get on the ground floor so you can bet these teams before the market catches up. Your Indianapolis Colts, Andy.
What?
This Indiana Jones nickname seems a little too convenient for me, but he played his best game as a pro last week, and that was a Denver defense that was number 1 in EPA per play allowed last year. So you got to hand it to the man. I know that they kind of got the gift retry on the field goal there, but I actually thought the Colts were the right side. Regardless, they deserved to win that game. I believe they outgained Denver by over 100 yards. So I think you're going to hear a lot in the next 6 days or so, Andy. Indianapolis Colts to win the AFC South. I don't disagree with that.
I didn't think they were going to be this good, but it is funny watching former Giants players just absolutely clean up former Browns players. Dan knows about Saquon Barkley, leaves the Giants, is just breaking NFL records. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hard because, if you want to get the quarterback on his second deal, because the rookie, you want to strike while the iron's hot, right? You want to win while you got a quarterback on a rookie deal. And then it's such a tough decision when you've got to pay him more and he hasn't really produced yet. But the flip side is, a lot of these guys, it's 3-4 years and they're not ready. There's a lot of impatience with the quarterback position. We saw that with I'll tip my cap to Mayfield. The Browns let him go too early. Now, he probably would suck if he was still in Cleveland because the Browns are a Ponzi scheme and a disgraceful organization in general. But, he goes elsewhere and finds success.
Oh, just funny. We research all these teams and everything, and then the season starts in week 3. It's like, a lot of these teams, it's just the same stuff. Mm-hmm. Every year, it's just the same stuff.
Yes, my hot take is the Cleveland Browns are bad again. Everyone, they will be.
Thanks for tuning
very
in,
high. They will be picking very high in the draft in April. Yes, it's a very bad football team. Why were they brought back? I'm sorry if we have any fellow Clevelanders in '99, but why was this franchise even brought back? What a disgrace.
One of my favorite stats is Deshaun Watson makes more than Patrick Mahomes. Amazing. So, all right, Brian, it's $5 Tuesday. What do you have up for everyone at WagerTalk?
I believe that's what they call in the financial industry a bad investment. But what is not a bad investment would be $5 Tuesday, and it is great. I have a Major League Baseball play currently available for, only $5. And I will be adding, as soon as I'm done here, so in a couple seconds, I'll be adding an NFL play for $5 as well. So there's 2 plays you can get today for $5. That NFL play you'll only be able to get that $5 price until midnight Pacific time. So act accordingly with that. We did win our 5%. It was not a good weekend in the NFL overall, just 1-3. We have to acknowledge that, but we did. The one winner was our first 5% of the season. Atlanta Falcons plus 3.5 took care of the Minnesota Vikings rather easily on Sunday night. And college football continues to be outstanding. 6-2 now the past 2 weekends, 3-1 each of the last 2 Saturdays. And, I know everyone was overjoyed with that 5% winner we had on the Falcons, the NFL, Andy. But my best bet in college football on Saturday was Vanderbilt against South Carolina. And on the Blitz, I shared this clip early on Saturday before that game kicked off, where I said South Carolina was the most overrated team in the country. And I looked pretty smart after that game was over, I think.
Well done. All right. Grab Bryan Power's $5 Tuesday package that is up at WagerTalk.com. Brian, thank you so much. Remind everybody about the Blitz. It's every Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Every
Eastern,
Thursday,
correct?
Immediately following you. And Ross, Benjamin, Ralph Michaels, and myself decided we liked each other so much that we are the permanent panel on the program every Thursday live at 1 p.m. Eastern. So check us out. Well, obviously, you're going to hear about the big games each and every week on the program. But the great part is any specific game that you guys want to know about, you'd like our take on, watch live. Ask us. We'll answer.
All right, Bryan Power, thank you so much. Great shirt. Looking spiffy as always. Thank you very much, Brian. Don't forget to check him out on the Blitz every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Let's bring in the Prez. Prez is ready to rock. Uh, he's overjoyed. Lawrence has your vocal cords healed from Sunday. It was a very intense day on the live show. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Andy. Thanks for having me, brother. Brian was so good on that show. You guys have great chemistry. Yeah, Sunday was amazing. What a fun show, to say the least. And we're doing it again this Sunday, although I don't know if you're the one that is going to be sucked into doing it with me, but I'm good to do it, man. Like, honestly, I'm in my living room. I'm watching these games. It's keeping me calm, even though you people won't think that. It's actually helping me remain calm.
If you haven't watched the Sunday live show, first off, we go live right before the early games in NFL. We give out some pre-bets for fun, and then we do some real live bets. And the live bets were great this week.
Yeah,
This week we hit some
we
props.
killed it.
Killed it. If you've never listened to Lawrence scream at the television and then say, "This is me being calm," it really is something quite special. It's very entertaining. So, but yes, that is going to be Sunday live. And yes, I will join you. We gave out some free winners throughout the show. I love doing the live shows. Honestly, Lawrence, I am making way more money betting live these days. Live betting has just become really good. There's just so many great spots.
Yeah. Well, literally, brother, I was on last call last night with Joe Madden, and I mean, I gave out. I was just throwing money at people. I was like, pew, pew, pew. I came on. I said, basically, how do you attack live betting? Watch Houston march down the field and get 7, then come back with Tampa Bay. Watch Houston and Tampa Bay put up a bunch in the first quarter, then come back on the under. Do exactly the same plan in the late game. This is not rocket science. Just bet against the closing number. Teams minus 2.5. They march down the field and put up 7. They're now minus 8.5. Hello, dog. I mean, this is pretty straightforward stuff, Andy.
I know. I love the player props. Give me a team that's ahead, and give me the running back to go over their rushing total. Give me a team that's down. Give me their quarterback over passing. Rinse and repeat. So,
Andy.
Yeah.
Dan, the great Alexander taught me a little trick. It looks like you might have just done it, but your camera has been out of focus. When it is out of focus, you put your palm up against the camera. You pull it back. See, I just went out of focus. Now I'm back in. There you go. Okay. What are we doing today?
Well, you are talking about the Cowboys and the Bears, so go for it. Which one of these teams do you have confidence in?
Brother, as far as I'm concerned, I'm ready to talk every single game on the board. Which team do I have confidence in? I'm going to tell everybody right now. There is a very reasonable chance that the pick I'm about to give out is a client play. And not only is it a reasonable chance that it's a client play, but it is an ATS bet. And my ATS bets are 62% in the last 3+ years of NFL betting. Think about that, Andy Lang. 62%. I am 2-0 this year. I've only had 2. This entire year, I won them both. So with all that said, I love the Dallas Cowboys here, and I love them a lot. And there's a lot of money coming in on the Cowboys right now. I mean, it was Dallas plus 1.5 at some books last night. It is now Dallas minus 1 pick 'em. 77% of the money coming in on the Cowboys right now. 88%, no, just moved, 92% on the over, which is now up to 50. If you guys watched our live show with the 20,000 other people who tuned in, we told you guys to bet the Dallas Cowboys over with the Chicago Bears. It was at 46.5. We told you it was up. We told you it would be the best number. We told you it would be the last time you'll get a shot at 47 as a winner. And another reason why to tune in. So why do I like Dallas here, Andy? Firstly, this is a play both on Dallas and against Chicago. Let's start with why Dallas. Dallas went into Philadelphia, played an outstanding game, could have got out of there with a W. So we know that they're better than people expected, and we know they could play on the road. Then they played the New York Giants. Now, they laid an egg in that game, or did they? That's an interesting game to look at because for me, what I'm looking at, one of my number one criterias in sports handicapping is the emotional makeup of teams. This Dallas team showed unbelievable moxie. Now, I get it. They should not have been down to the New York Giants. I get it. They should not have needed overtime. They should not have needed a miracle at the end of the game. I understand all of that, but they did, and they rose to the occasion. They realized, they shook off their shitness, and they marched down the field. They got the W. They've got to be coming into this game feeling really good about themselves. They see that the Washington Commanders are not the team we expected. They see that there is a route to the playoffs. They're coming into playing a Chicago team. One thing we know about Dallas is they can score, and they're going to score against everybody. There is no defense out there that is going to keep this Dallas Cowboy offense from scoring. Dallas is putting up 20-something, 20 plus, maybe 30 points on Chicago. Is Chicago going to be able to keep up? Well, they could if they could script every single play, but they can't. Caleb Williams, the best scripted quarterback on the planet. Every time we start the game, he marches down the field. It looks stunning. Then all the script goes out the window and he is non-functional. That offense is a disaster. I think it'll turn around under Ben Johnson, but not yet. This team simply will not be able to keep up with the Cowboys. As far as the Chicago defense goes, horrible, absolutely horrible. 51 points they allowed on Detroit, and that game got away from them. It wasn't like that game was a blowout right at the beginning. And on top of that, the Chicago defense has to be sitting there saying, why are we trying so hard? Our offense sucks. We stink. Chicago has to be coming into this game feeling down on themselves. They were excited about the season. It's all gone to hell, and it's gone to hell fast. Dallas has to be coming into this game feeling good about themselves. It's a pick'em game. I understand Dallas doesn't play great on grass out east. Who cares? The Bears suck, just like their pizza. Take the boys, -1.
Is Chicago East?
Well, I mean, it's right by Toronto, and we consider ourselves East. So yeah, it's Central. Fair enough, Central. No, whatever the case may be, take
it is
the
outdoors,
boys -1.
That was wild watching that. Your wife had the Cowboys in Survivor. Me and Dan had the Cowboys in Survivor. And what was terrifying was it was on pace to be the dreaded tie, where we get eliminated because of a tie. Would have been absolutely awful.
Would have been so horrible. One of our listeners, Rob Christensen, wrote. Oh no. One of the other guys wrote the Chicago Bears entire defense, the Dallas entire defense is doubtful. David Talk. I don't even, and that to me is a crucial component of the handicap, Andy, because I don't think it matters. I think we could take the worst defensive group in the NFL, like say the negative of an all-star group. Like if everyone picked the worst cornerback, the worst safety, the worst edge rusher, they combined them all together to play together for the first time, and they picked the worst defensive coach, let's pick, say, Dennis Allen, and they marched out on the field, I still think Chicago struggles offensively.
I can't disagree with it. There's something not right with the Caleb Williams experiment.
Yes.
It just doesn't seem to be going well. He's had enough time.
Well,
he would like to see the upside.
I can give Chicago a little piece of advice here. Some teams perennially have won Super Bowls with quarterbacks, i.e. Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, even Pittsburgh. You know, we talk about their vaunted offense. Let's go back and look at their Super Bowl wins. Bradshaw, Big Ben. The Chicago Bears win Super Bowls based on defense. Jim McMahon, he's horrible. Let's just skip this. It's too windy to throw the ball in Chicago. Let's just build our linebacking core, have a great front seven, and run the ball down their throat. Walter Payton and what was the other guy? Gale Sayers. Like, Chicago's doing everything wrong, Andy.
We have to go back to the 80s Bears. I like that, Prez. I like that. All right. You got the best betting sports show ever. You're doing that with Art and Joe Ranieri, and we got your presidential address this week, correct?
Yeah, and I'd prefer if you would give the name of my show the correct name, Andy John.
BBSE, what is it?
Best betting show ever. And it's
best betting show ever. Sorry.
And that's important because we talk about everything, brother. I gave out bets on Bitcoin last week. I gave out a stock tip that's done sensational. I gave out, we do a Kelce segment. We're going to do one today on the show. I haven't taped it yet. I had a doctor's appointment. I have a cyst in my eye. But anyway, that's a whole different story. The show's phenomenal, Andy, and it fits so perfectly with what you're doing on Wager Talk Today because you're bringing out guests on every day to talk about their thoughts and opinions. We have a no guest policy. It's myself, Joe Ranieri, and Art DeCesar. We spend the first half of the show going through where all the sports books, where all the money is going and what the Westgate needs. Today's show, we will find out exactly what the bets coming into the Westgate are in college football and NFL. We're also going to do a deep dive into all the 0-2 teams, Andy. Curious, will KC be an 0-3 team? Check out the show to find that one out. And in the Kelce segment, we're going to take a deep dive into the AFC West. Who's going to win that division? And is there some potential money opportunities? So that's a great show. I love doing it. But I miss working with you and Ross and Merrill and Bryan Power and Eddie. And of course, Dan Alexander on a daily basis. Are you kidding me? That guy's just awesome.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I don't need to go anywhere. I've already been there twice, Andy.
And you also got presidential address, correct?
Yeah, taping that today. Guys, join Andy and I on Sunday, please. Andy, can I promote? I got to promote.
Of course.
I got a $5 play. Guys, I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. I am insisting, imploring, encouraging. I am requiring all of you guys to go over to wagertalk.com and buy my $5 play. My $5 play is a college football total. I am perfect in college football totals this season. 6-0. Now I get it. It's a short sample size. I'm 65% in college football totals since the beginning of last season. Is that a big enough percent for you guys? Is that a long enough period of time? 65% in college football totals, 6-0 this year. It's a 4% play. I am 66% in 4% plays this entire calendar year. I mean, it's all aligned, Andy. It has all come together. And it's only $5. It's today. Head over to Wager Talk. Please join me. Nothing makes me happier than when we all win together.
I love it, Prez. I love it. I'm in. I'm going to get your $5 play right this
I'll
very
just
second.
text it to you for free, Andy. It's on me, bro. On me. Listen, dude, I'm gonna be doing this every Tuesday with you, I think. So I'm excited. I'm pumped, man. And NHL season is right in front of us as well. So thank you so much for having me, man.
Absolutely. Lawrence Presman, one of the best guys around. Thank you very much, Lawrence. All right, we're going to do all around the world, and then we're going to do Dana White Contender Series. To everyone that's saying about my camera, it's not my camera. It's the software that we use. We have tried multiple cameras on my setup. It is not the camera. I have a badass computer. There's something to do with StreamYard, the software that we use when we do the switching, where mine goes blurry for a little bit. We'll figure it out. All right, Dan, let's do all around the world here. We're We're going to go to the Athletics at the Red Sox. This is a Ralph Michaels special. This is on the free picks page at WagerTalk.com. We're going Yurfee. Yes, there will be a run in the first inning. Athletics on an 8-1 Yurfee run. Boston 6-0 Yurfee run as well. We talked about the Yankees and the Twins earlier. I landed on Yankees over 4.5 on the team total. Like Bryan Power said, Matthews, 5 earned runs allowed the last start, 5.06 ERA the season. Yankees 11-4 over on this team total the last 15 road games. So they've been getting it done on the road. And then we're going to the Aces at the Storm tonight. WNBA. Melissa Smith over 8.5 points. She's gone over in 4 straight. She's getting over 7 shot attempts per game. She's shooting over 63% from the field and 11-2 over this point total against the Storm in her last 13 games. So this is a play you can rinse and repeat. You can play Melissa Smith over 8.5 points. And the best part, I believe it's plus money on most sports books. So. All right, Dan, let's take a look at Dana White Contender Series. I will be live on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. We're watching all the live bets. And, guys, I'm not kidding when I tell you the live shows are where we've been making all of our money. We got our $5 best bet that is up. It is on Contender Series. We do it every single Tuesday. So go get the $5 play. Come over and join us on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel where we'll watch all the bets live, root on the $5 play. And we just catch so many different nuggets of information while watching the show live. It helps us out with our live bets. A lot of fun and very, very profitable. All right, I make a case for all the underdogs here, and I can make a case for just about all of them. So we'll start at the top there. Sosa versus Maxon Lee. Maxon Lee, very, very long. He's got good striking. Sosa's going to have to get inside, but Sosa is really good inside the clinch, and Maxon Lee, very skinny legs, very skinny arms. He's got good power, but if Sosa can get to the chin on the inside, which I believe he can knock out Maxon Lee. Ali and Barnowitzki. Barnowitzki, it will make this a firefight. He is going to, the second that bell rings, he's flying across the ring, and he's going to turn this into an absolute brawl. This should be a pick'em. Both these guys are going to swing and swing hard, and this probably isn't getting out of the first round. Adam Livingston versus Thomas Gant. Thomas Gant has fought absolute nobody. He looks good, but like he's fought absolute tomato cans. Livingston, much better path to victory to get here. He's fought LFA. Cardio is a little bit questionable, but don't be surprised if Gant looks a little bit out of his element here. This Huang guy, I changed my mind. I really can't make a case for this Huang guy. The only case is this McCory has looked terrible. He won a fight he shouldn't have won. Then he got submitted on the Ultimate Fighter. He's not very good, but this Huang guy is terrible. Like he has awesome tattoos and a big social media following. I'm pretty sure that's why they're having him on tonight. It's not because he's a good fighter. It's because he's got awesome tattoos and he's got a big social media follow. You watch this guy fight and you're like, what are we doing here? So I can't make a really good case for him. And then I like Cody. Cody here, I don't understand this line at all. Rafael was supposed to be much taller and he's not. Cody's got really good striking. He can get you on the ground and work this one. I actually think he should be the favorite, and the line is moving big time. He opened up as a pretty big underdog, but money's coming in on him. Don't be surprised if this is a pick'em. All right, those are my cases for the underdogs. Full breakdown, Dana White Contender Series video. I'm going to record that right after we're done here. That will be up on this channel, so if you want the full breakdowns of the fights, we'll go over some props as well. That we'll be doing that. $5 Tuesday play is up. It's in Contender Series. Like I said, we will be live. And don't forget, every handicapper can put up a $5 Tuesday play. So go over to WagerTalk.com. Try a few of them. Get as many as you want. We encourage you to try out a lot of different handicappers. Take a look at their write-ups. You find a write-up or a handicapper that you really get along with and you cash winner tonight. Take a look at investing in the 7-day, maybe even 30 days. Make sure you bet responsibly. You don't want too much of your bankroll in play, but it is a great day to try out handicappers you haven't tried before or hook up with your favorite handicapper. All right, hit the like button, guys. It really helps the algorithm out. I ask you guys every day to hit the like button. You guys always do a great job. Really appreciate you. Leave a comment in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Up to, 217? I think we're almost to 217,000 subscribers. We're hoping to get to 230,000 by the end of football season, and we are on pace, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy $5 Tuesday. Good luck on your bets, and take care.